there, welcome to Prime Time. I'm Paul Orford and I'm here with Dino, one of Limassol's top personal trainers. And what I really wanted to get Dino on for today was, it's after Christmas, Dino. We've all got a bit fat. You know what I mean? So we're all sedentary, office-based people with a ton of excuses. All right, why we can't get better, You specialise in this. What kind of tips would you give us to kind of get off our backsides and do something?
Well, first of all, we need to start building some kind of momentum. So the first tip I would give someone is to just try and get their steps in. So it's called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and it's just basically doing your more steps, maybe a bit of housework, a bit of gardening, whatever it is, just to burn some more calories. And the way you can keep an eye on how many steps you're getting in per day is you can check on your iPhone or Android. There's a step counter there and it'll tell you how many steps you're getting in. So if you're getting 2,000 in, you want to aim for 3,000 per day and then try and bump that up or set yourself a new target the following week and so on and so forth. And then just one small thing that you can make to your diet, one small change, is try and get in more protein. Why do I say protein? Because when your body's digesting protein, you're actually burning calories. It's called thermic effect of food. And also protein keeps you fuller for longer, keeps you satiated. So you won't find yourself snacking and binging on things that are around the office as much. So those two changes alone have helped my guys in 1 month drop around 10 kilograms.
What?
So, yeah.
It's crazy. Because I think a lot of the time when people are sat in offices, someone always brings a cake in, man, or something, you know what I mean, or something like that, and it's all these snacks, it all adds up. Because you're sat on your backside, you're not doing anything.
Exactly.
So, can you tell people about your background and how did you get into all this?
Yeah, so like many personal trainers, we've been active for a while. It's like since I was a kid, been doing a few sports, and then I didn't really have this idea in my head that I wanted to become a personal trainer. I thought, okay, I'm going to do business management, so I went to university with this idea, and I just tried a few jobs, different things inside the office, and it didn't sit that well with me. I needed to be active. I needed to be moving a little bit more. And then I was just working out in a gym. I was doing an office job, 9 to 5, and I was working out in a gym, and I saw some people huddled around someone on a machine, and I knew the person that worked at the gym at that time, and I was like, "What's going on over there?" And he was like, "Oh, they're doing a personal training course. You should get involved because you're already quite fit. Like you probably do quite well." And I was like, "Nah, what am I going to do? I can't help people. How am I supposed to coach people? I'm just good at working out myself." So. He was like, "No, you should do it," and he pushed me, and you know what, I got involved, and this was in London, in Southgate. Got involved, did the examination, passed, and went to work in one of the biggest gyms in London, or one of the most popular chains, Gymbox in Bank in the city. So I was there for around 3 years, and then I decided to take things online because obviously I could reach more people, impact more lives, and get my message across. And I felt like I needed to get this message across because it would change more lives. So
what I'll do for people who are watching this, I'll put Dino's link into LinkedIn and all the things, and you can see some of the massive impacts you've had on people's lives. They're all like people like myself, or normal people who work in an office, a bit rounded around the edges, you know what I mean? And you can see the big difference. The proof is in the pudding, not the pudding. The pudding's probably too much of what we've had. You can see the results that they've had. Why did you, so traditionally people go on like a one-on-one or one-on-two approach with people in a gym.
Yeah.
Why did you take the online approach then?
Because first, the main reason was to impact more people, to reach more people. But then as I got involved and I started coaching more people online, I found that actually there's more accountability in place. Because with a personal trainer, it's good, but you would see them once, twice a week, and then sometimes these busy professionals, they're traveling 1 week, or they're on holiday, or something comes up and they've had a really busy week at the office, and they used to cancel on me a lot, like 5-10 minutes before their session. So they weren't being consistent enough. So as a result, was impacting their overall body composition and how close they would get to their goal. But with this, it's like, okay, you can do it it's flexible. You can do it whenever you have time. And plus, there's unlimited accountability. I'm like on people's case every single day. I'm sending them voice notes, there's messages, there's calls, there's all these different systems in play. So you can't really get away with it. You keep seeing these things popping up on your phone. And then you also, because you're in a group of other guys that are doing this with you, other busy freshmen, and they're getting results, and you see them pushing. Like just this morning on my message chat, they're all getting in the gym. And then another guy said, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going too. Because it's environment. Because what are we ultimately trying to do? We're trying to build habits and a routine. But how do we do that? Well, we need to place ourselves in a good environment. We need to surround ourselves by people that are doing this with us, and that's going to trigger us to take consistent action and ultimately build the habit. And nutrition's a big one as well, like we were talking before. Again, I'm not dissing any personal trainers. There's a lot of good personal trainers out there. However, we haven't been taught in our course how to set up systems to track people's nutrition and hold them accountable as well.
All right, cool. It's good what you say that there's like although it's online, it is a group, and that pushes people on, because naturally, where you are dealing with professional people, the chances are they're going to be quite competitive. And if you do get to all meet up in person, no one wants to sit there looking like saying, yeah, I've been to the gym 4 times this week, but they've been to the kiosk 4 times this week, or something like that, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So how do you find that people are more open to that then, like where you have the online groups and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, people are becoming more open to it now, like with social media, technology. A lot of people, I mean, we're basically, we're living online, like these days. So, people are more open to it, and when they see the results, and they see the testimonials, because I sit down with a person and we have a chat and we have an interview after they've gone through the program. They're like, okay, this actually works. What's going on here? Like before, it wasn't as popular. Before, people were like, how's this going to work with me? I just don't see it working for me. But in reality, if you have a program, one that works for you, and this is the thing, this is a key thing here, you need something that you can actually follow and stick to. That's the key thing. A lot of the times with other things like challenges, 28-day challenges, insanity, all these different things, I find guys do these things, they're all pumped up, they're ready to go, and then they do 2-3 weeks, and then guess what? Work piles up, life gets really busy, the kids, something happens, and then they stop. But if you have something that like adapts and breathes as you move along your journey, something that you can dial in and dial out when appropriate, it's much more likely that you're going to be able to stick to it. And this is the skill set that I find a lot of busy professional men lack. They don't know what to do to adapt. They think it's either everything or nothing. Do you know what I mean?
No, for sure. Like in anything in life, whether it's business or sales or personal training, consistency is the key.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Like I say, everybody explodes with enthusiasm at the start. Oh, this is great. I'm going to spend $4,000 on nutrition drinks and stuff like this. You know what I mean? And then they're well past the sell-by date in the cupboard. But if you just keep plugging away, so when people come onto your program, how accessible is it? And obviously, you've got to pay a fee or whatnot, which is fair enough, because you've got to pay a personal trainer anyway. So I can just log on to this any time and do it.
So there's different systems in place. We have obviously the groups and the group chat, and we have our calls, 2 calls a week, and then we have our workshops. So there's a lot of education that you'll receive through this. There's a lot of knowledge you'll take away with you, because I feel that's a very important part of it as well. And here's the thing. A lot of people think this training is the integral part when it comes to fat loss, when in reality we know that nutrition is one, sleep is another one, stress is going to have a massive impact on our results. So we cover all these different topics, and so you have the training app, and that's actually linked to the nutrition app. Wow. So then all the data I can see on my side. So if anything is going wrong, and you've had something,
you can flush out the liars.
What's going on? What have you been doing?
Fair enough.
So I can see everything. Well, not that bad, but I can.
You get a rough idea though, like.
I can give feedback.
That's
what it is. It's feedback, and once the guys receive this feedback, they're like, actually, okay, I know what I need to change now.
Yeah.
I know what I need to tweak, because most of the times people, they have a vague understanding of what's going on, but they don't know specifically what's going on in terms of numbers.
Yeah.
And it's a numbers game at the end of the day, especially when it comes to calories.
Yeah.
Like, we know that you have to be in a calorie deficit in order to drop body fat, and a lot of people think they are, but in reality they're not, because they're not tracking. They don't have the numbers.
Yeah. Because look, this month I've done the give up alcohol, which has been pretty straightforward. It's not been a challenge. I'm just really, really bored. Like, you need something to replace it in your life. You know, like a Friday and Saturday night now, you're just like, oh, there's only so many Perriers you can have at a bar, you know, and there's nothing worse than being sat with people who are drunk, man, and you're stone cold sober. So if people are kind of stopping booze, which is a good way to drop weight, have you got any tips from there about, I guess, go to the gym or follow your program, I guess is the best thing, isn't it?
I mean, I have guys on my program that drink. Do you know what I mean? There's not a problem with drinking. Obviously, it's probably not the best idea to have 6 gin and tonics on a Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to mess up your whole week, and you know, you're going to think, well, why not have it on Wednesday? But I think, you know, obviously key is everything in moderation.
Yeah.
But if you go out on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and you do have your drinks, what you want to remember is just to prepare for that event, and just maybe save up some calories for when you go down to the bar, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Or even bring your calories down the next day. So it's all about how you manage things, and we do it on like a weekly basis. So say, for example, your calorie target is 2,000 per day, then you just multiply that by 7, it's 14,000. So if you want to go and spend 5,000 calories on the weekend, that's fine, but then you've got poverty calories left Monday to Friday.
What about people, for example, who don't want to go to the gym because they don't want to pay the expense, but they got all the kit at home? You know, like, have you got a program for them? Could you incorporate that as well?
Definitely, it's doable. So just, you know, if you have simple things at home, such as a TRX, maybe some dumbbells, you don't need much to get to where you want to be and build that strength and build the physique that you want. Definitely doable.
All right, cool. Well, let's wrap it up there. What I'm going to do on LinkedIn, I'll put Dino's details in there. Also, in the Game Changers magazine, he's going to start posts or publishing about little things you can do on a day-to-day basis. Basically, get off your fat ass and do something. That's myself included. I'm not here to fat shame anybody because I'm the worst at it myself. So, all right, Dino, cheers, man.
Thanks, Paul.
I'll be back soon. Cheers.